escaping with ET. While I am escaping with ET.
G'day and welcome to the show. Well, this week I'm up the top end of Fraser Island and I'm fishing with Scott Mitchell, and our target species is the mighty Black Marlin. They congregate here at the top end of Fraser at this time of year, chasing the baitfish and working their way down with that beautiful warm current right down the east coast of Australia. Coming up, there's a ton of big pelagic power, from fast-running spotted mackerel to heavy-fighting tuna. Plus estuary action aplenty with trim and tasty threadfin salmon.
I'm pretty stoked.
And the mighty Queensland mudcrab. If anyone can catch a marlin in Harvey Bay, it's Scott Mitchell. He hooks up with lots of young blacks in these shallow waters at this time of the year.
So I like using the soft squids. Yep. So I've got micro soft squids. Got just one of their soft super chuggers. They do like this one. Good.
At the moment we've got a skipping gar out the back and you can see the teaser flapping away there. A bird and a few squid just sitting behind it, all flapping away. And hopefully that'll bring the little fish in close to the boat so that we can either hook him up on the gar or throw one of these stick baits at him and hook them up the conventional manner. We'll be doing it all day, fingers crossed. We'll see a black marlin or two. We're in around 7 metres of water and we'll be up in around 5 metres very soon. And this is where these little black marlin come in to feed. There's a whole pile of birds over in the water. Obviously some action's been here just recently. Can you spot that I'm actually wearing a life jacket? We've just seen a marlin come scooting down the side of the boat. Just a little bloke. That's exactly what we're after. Came in, had a look, turned up on the teaser. He worth going around for again?
I reckon yeah, it would be worth a run. He come in and had a look.
Yeah. But with all this bait activity and no marlin strikes, I'm not slow to switch to plan B. It's like
Stuff going everywhere. They're little Mac Tuna, little tiny jelly bean ones.
he's a little fella.
I know, that's Watson's leaping bonito.
Watson's leaping bonito. He leapt straight onto this hook. Yeah, gorgeous little fish. I don't think they grow that big, do they?
That's towards the upper limit.
Upper limit of them. He's got a little bit of a bloodied mouth. Let me just give him a dunk and let's have a closer look. Oh, that's a pretty little fish, isn't it? Hey? Watson's leaping bonito. And he leapt straight out of my hands. As you can see, this one's a little Spaniard lure, 30 grams, and just a sharp gamakatsu on the end. And that's a really good little combo. All the chromies around that 30 gram will work well because that's the bait fish size that these predators are actually feeding on. All right, might have not hooked him in the right spot because he's got a lot of weight behind him. Well, we struggled with the marlin, but on the way home we've hooked up to something nice and got to be a mackerel, I reckon. Oh, I love that noise. Might be a marlin. Oh. Wow. And that's not super light drag either. He's under pressure. Look at that. Yeah, bend in the rod, I should be okay. Now we've been 6 hours of fishing out there trying to catch a marlin. Up on the flats we saw 2. Oh, frustrating stuff. There would have been another dozen boats up there all trying to catch a marlin as well, and we didn't see any hooked and landed. Let's have a look at what we got here. Not too far away. Oh, I just got to keep this little slug in his mouth now. tell you what, he's put up a good fight. Oh, look at you. There we go. He's hooked almost on the top of his head. That's why it's been such a difficult fight. But when you throw into a big school of fish, this is what can happen. Nice tuna. There we go. Whoa. Come in here, buddy. Look at the markings down the back. And there we go. Now, if you don't catch a marlin, well, it's not a bad second place. Oh, he's got a bit of weight in him as well. Well done, mate. My Quintrex top ender and Harvey Bay, the perfect combo. Well, what a spectacular place, Fraser Island. It's actually a very big island, 120 odd kilometres long and 22 kilometres wide at its widest part, and the biggest sand island in the world, which is just quite incredible. It's also listed as World Heritage Site, along with the Barrier Reef. Out there, well, it's a fishing heaven. You can see this beautiful, soft, golden sand working out onto that blue horizon where you've got water that runs all the way to the reef. Big fish. And even on a day as calm as this, I always wear a life jacket at all times. Whew. This is what it's like up at Fraser. Decided to put out a couple of lines to troll behind the boat. We worked our way right along one big, massive school. That could be Mac Tuna, or there's a few longtails in there as well. Oh, there we go, nice fish. It's actually a Spotted Mackerel. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, that's the run they make. That is the run that they do. Now, they've got super sharp teeth. Super sharp teeth, not too far away. And I'm hoping that here he is, look at that, a beautiful fish. Look at that guy. Yeah, baby, perfect. And that's the sort of fishing you got here in November. But yeah, that's a beautiful eating fish. They grow bigger than this, but not so much bigger. They're one of the smaller sort of size mackerel, about 6 kilos sort of. Almost tops them out in big schools like this, but that's a lovely fish. All right, on the board. Now we're moving into the top end of Fraser here. Now, I'll aim to get this guy in. Come on, buddy. Woo. Couldn't go past that little lure. Now, you've got to be very observant, and the bait fish here was only matchstick long, so very little bait. Spotted mackerel in big numbers up here at Fraser. And Harvey Bay. What a great spot, eh? All right. I think you'll be going to the dinner table, this bloke. Oh, look at that. This beautiful Anarchy rod, one of the Shimano rods, and a lovely little 4000 FE Sedona. Now this is a great little rod and reel combo. The rod's actually quite a heavy rod for a spin stick, so perfect to land one of these mackerel on. All right. Well, he's got a bit of weight in him. He might even be a tuna. I saw a really big, thick, oh, there he is down below. And that's what it looks like here. And that's what it's like here at Fraser. You've got so many different species you can catch. Everything from the top line sport fish, the Black Marlin, all different types of tuna, and the mackerel come in big numbers at times as well. There we go, spotted mackerel. Woohoo! Oh, I love it up here. So many species to catch. There he is down there. You've got to really keep up the pace on these guys. There we go, another spotty. Nice fish. You can see he's just absolutely smashed that lure, getting towed behind the boat. But there we go, spotty mackerel. And let me tell you, they're good eating, and we let a lot of fish go on the show. But these guys, well, he'll be going into a lovely ice slurry I've got here under the deck. So really nice fish. These predators are up here in big numbers at the moment. And as long as I keep that line away from his teeth, we've got him. There we go. When you've got a boat and a creek all to yourself up in Queensland, there's only one thing to do right at the start of almost any fishing session. And we'll be back to check the pots after we've checked out what else is biting. Well, today I'm on a beautiful little creek up in North Queensland, and as you can see, like many of the creeks, there's drains all the way up. Just a minute ago there was a little bit of a disturbance, looked like maybe a threadfin salmon or something had come through and had a bit of a chomp at a bait, and if that happens I'll be shooting this little bomber lure in. It's a shallow diver. All right, so we'll keep that there. On the other two rods I've rigged up, I've got another little bomber lure. This is a deep diver. As you can see, the nice big bib that denotes the depth it'll dive. And on the other side I've got an atomic lure. There we go. Gonna get right down deep with that big bib. Super sharp gamakatsu hook, 50-pound fluorocarbon trace. I've got 20-pound braid and this beautiful little Shimano 300D Calcutta. These are beautiful to use anywhere in Queensland, up in the Territory. The best days out on the water are when you're actually not even catching fish, but you're sounding out all the areas and you're working it out at low tide, where the rock bars are, where the little drains are, what drains seem to be working better than others. And whilst you might not be catching any fish, it'll really set the platform for future fishing sessions. Stripped a bit of line early, 2 big runs, he's out of puff. Woohoo! Good stuff. Oh yeah! Look at that baby, all right. And in the end he took a little bomber, and that was up near the surface. Really cool fish. All right, we might pop him back in. We've sounded up a whole pile of the fish shapes down there. They do look like threadfin salmon, so I've just put this live prawn on. Look at him, what a cracker. And that's the way you rig it, just through the back quadrant of the body, just through that little piece there. And I've just got a tiny little ball sinker. The tide's not really doing much. Hooked up. Oh, there's a lot of timber down there. Come on, buddy. He's got a bit of weight. He's moving across the surface now. Definitely light colour, so nice colour. There. Oh, big thread, yeah, beautiful. Let's see if I can get it up for a look. Yeah, nice fish. He's a better fish. Just bumped across the timber and whack, on he came. Okay, got him. Oh yeah, that's a nice thready. Wow, well that's what we're after. Trying to catch some of these. I'm pretty stoked about that. So it's really nice to catch a nice solid one. Oh, he's going to swim away well too. Wow. There's an acre. That's a very full trap. Just have to have a good look to see if there's actually any legal crabs there. He's a beauty, that one there. Lots of small crabs are. Lots of jennies, lots of females. Oh, big buck. Yeah. Now that's what we like to see. What is it that makes a trip north such a big dream for so many Australian fishers? Yeah, I know the image that probably came to your mind was the excitement of battling a big barra or grappling with a gangbuster GT. But for me, the true flavour of the north comes in a shell, the mighty mudcrab, Scylla serrata, is a true icon of Queensland and the Northern Territory to fishing folk and gourmets alike, even though it's actually caught commercially from Western Australia's Kimberley to as far south as around Sydney in New South Wales. Given its cult crab status, it's not surprising that the biology and life history of the muddy is well documented. For example, did you know that females migrate up to 95 kilometres offshore to release their offspring? That each individual mother can produce up to 10.8 million planktonic youngsters at each spawning, and that some scientists suggest the East Australian current may help spread larval stage crabs originating from northern marine reserves to the southern stock areas. As a New South Wales crab lover, I say good on you, Queensland. And any natural assistance in stock recruitment is a good thing, because the mudcrab has a lifespan of just 3 to 4 years. Australia's biological stocks are spread across two distinct areas, the Northern Australian stock and the East Coast stock. Both are classified as sustainable. Queensland, the only state with both stocks, is also the leading producer of muddies, with 1,400 tonne of commercial catch and 367 tonne from recreational crab pots. Go to fish.gov.au for the full facts and figures, and see fishfiles.com.au for a wealth of nutritional and serving information, such as the delicious recipe for crab salad with ginger dressing. Australia's fisheries are among the best managed in the world. However, we can't rest on our laurels and past performance. Fish stocks are constantly changing and require ongoing monitoring. You can keep up with the current facts in the national status of key Australian fish stocks reports anytime you wish, just by clicking on fish.gov.au. Check it out now and see how FRDC is all about fishing for our future. Well, today I've dropped the Hobie in on the Maroochy River here in Queensland. Now, you can catch fish with soft plastics, but one sure bait to always bring the predators undone is live bait. Small little fish that I can put a little hook in and hopefully score a big fish. Now, up here in Queensland, you can use these cast nets, and I've got my trusty old cast net with me, and I'll be working along this edge and see if we can get some herring, maybe some mullet. They're the prize bait I'm after. So after looping that together, go down about just over a foot. First grab there, shake it out a little. Second one in, and then a little pinch at the back, throw that over your hand. Then you need to get these leads from around the back, around to the front. What you do, you actually bring them all the way back. So you just grab all those leads back again. So you can see that nice opening there. So if I cast, my top arm will go over my left arm. So the right arm will go over the left. These little herring, absolutely perfect baits. Just a little hook just through the back or just up through the bottom lip. Put these down around any structure, and I'll tell you what, you'll be surprised at what you catch. Well, I hope you enjoyed my fishing video. If you did, make sure you like it and comment below. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and tell a friend, and make sure you press the notification bell so you're notified of our next video.